and welcome inside the Burns Arena. It is March, and you know what that means. It's time for some madness. It's tourney time. Dixie State men's basketball hosting Regis tonight. The Rangers coming to us from Denver, Colorado, inside the Burns Arena. It's number 1 versus number 8, but throw everything out that's on paper because come tourney time, it does not matter. Anybody can win on any given night. Good evening, everybody. I'm Carrick Segmiller, alongside the coach, Mike Olson, joining me on the broadcast, as always, as the Regis Rangers make their second trip to the Burns Arena to try and avenge a loss here inside the Burns a couple of months ago. But of course, Mike, Dixie State with some unfinished business of its own and some revenge on the mind after dropping a tough one in Denver a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going to play tonight. There's that game certainly in Denver is one that's very fresh on their minds. And, you know, last year's early exit with the Highlands loss. So when you get to tournament time, you know, there's no question that all those things go out the window. 20 minutes on the clock, ball goes up, and it's a battle. Records out the window, history out the window. It comes down to a 40-minute street fight.
Let's talk about some key players. We'll give you some some actual keys to the game here in just a few minutes. Again, it's the quarterfinals of the 2020 RMAC Men's Basketball Tournament. The winner of this game advances to take on Colorado Mesa and UC Colorado Springs on Friday. Let's talk about key players, Mike. We'll give you keys to the game here in just a moment. Of course, Dixie State. It starts with the RMAC Player of the Year, Jack Pagenkopf. It seems like as so Jack goes, so Dixie State goes, and that's most likely how it will be tonight as well.
That sounds great, doesn't it? I mean, that's official. You know, Jack Pagenkopf is definitely the RMAC Player of the Year, so that's huge, not only for Jack, but for the program, and coming off a great week. Yeah, it's exciting.
Of course, you want to talk about another key player. Dixie State, it's a team effort always. It's a team game. Team is the star. Another key player is Hunter Schofield. He only had 6 points when these two teams met in a couple of weeks ago in February. Got to have both of those guys going, just like they were in Salt Lake City at Westminster on Friday.
Yeah, Hunter's so important to this team, and it brings so much, just energy. A lot of energy off the bench, or a lot of energy, and then when he goes to the bench, you know, you've got guys that come in and play well, and it's hard to get back into the game. Hunter Schofield, he's key, and you know he leads the team in scoring, and they're going to need every one of those tonight.
We got to take a break. Our pregame time is in the books. When we come back, don't worry, we'll give you some key players for Regis as well, and then give some keys for a Dixie State victory. Dixie State broadcast. We've got some Dixie State keys to victory tonight. But first, let's take a 2-minute timeout for the national anthem, and then come back with the keys, starting lineups, and the tip. Dixie State and Regis, the 2020 RMAC Basketball Tournament here from St. George, Utah. 2-minute timeout and back.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
I got you right where I want you. I make this one, it's over. I win.
No pressure. Bring it.
We may not always play good, but when we want to look good, we come to the Dixie State campus store.
Located on the second floor of the Gardner Center. We'll see you there.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, We provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
The Trailblazers hosting the Regis Rangers inside the Burns Arena. Carrick Sagan with Mike Olson with you. And let's give you some key players for Regis before we give you the starting lineups and the keys to the game. Mike, for Regis, it's a lot like Jack Pagankoff. They've got one guy, 6'2" senior guard from Los Angeles, California, Christian Little. It all starts with him, 17 points per game. He's good for the field, a good three-point shooter, good free throw shooter. He distributes well, he rebounds well. It all starts with Christian Little. Of course, they got other guys that can score it as well, but as we said, with Dixie State, as Jack goes, so go the Trailblazers. As Christian Little goes, so go the Regis Rangers.
Yeah, and he is such a ball of energy. Like he gets it done all over the place. He's so crafty, getting in there, creating steals and turnovers and just causing problems, disrupting the offense. He's solid. He's a good player, and you're right. If he's playing well, Regis will be a tough team to beat.
Should mention Brian Dawson as well, 6'1" junior guard, 11.9 points per game. As well. So those are two main scorers. You got Donald Gibson coming off the bench, 10.9 points per game. Should note, Tony Rochak has not played since February 15th. He's a sophomore forward, 6'8", out of Switzerland. He was averaging 15 points per game, has not played since February 15th in a game against, I believe it was Western Colorado. So that'll be something to look for tonight. He's not in the starting lineup. Will he play tonight? We don't know, but that's a big chunk of scoring that's going to be missing for this Regis Rangers squad if he's not able to go tonight, if he's not in the lineup in some fashion. Let's give you the starting lineups before our keys of the game. For Regis, it'll be Brian Dawson, Christian Little, Roberto Vercellino, Will Cranston-Loud, and Kevin Eberique. Starting for the Rangers for Dixie State, Jack Pagankoff, Frank Stain, Jacob Nichols, Hunter Schofield, and Andre Wilson getting the start in place of Dason Youngblood, who was banged up a little bit up in Salt Lake City on Friday. Those are your starting lineups. And now how about some keys to victory, keys to the game, Mike, for Dixie State?
Well, first, Carrick, they've got to win those 4-minute battles. Those are so important. Dixie, throughout this season, we've seen them get out to a good start. It's that second and third 4-minute battle that they've struggled with. And then the second half, that third and fourth 4-minute battles. They got to win those 4-minute battles. They've got to get the ball and run, get a lot of transition buckets. And then we're looking for a 30-30 game. Dixie wins a lot of games when they can hold their opponent under 30 rebounds and under 30% shooting from the three-point line.
There you go, keys to the game, and even our fans inside the arena got to see those keys for just a moment. They got it switched off the video board, but that's the key. That's the key to victory. Dixie State and Regis getting set to do battle. Dixie State in the home whites, Regis in the navy blue uniforms, yellow numbers, Dixie State red numbers. Let's play ball. Hunter Schofield going to win the opening tap. Back to Frank Stain, and we are underway. The RMAC quarterfinal, the first one actually. All the other quarterfinals starting at 7:30 tonight. Trailblazers moving right to left across your radio dials here in half number one. It'll be Wilson to Stain, right wing, through the legs dribble. Top of the key now, Pagankoff backs it way up. D-logo, straight away, 10 to shoot. Pagankoff off his screen to the left, now hesitates, accelerates back inside. He beats his defender, missed the layup, and Jacob Nichols fighting for the rebound. His legs are taken out, and he will crash hard to the floor. Meanwhile, the ball gets tipped out of bounds back to Regis. And they're going to say Regis ball. Jacob is okay. Coach Judkins asking for a foul, not going to get the whistle.
You know, it's tournament time. These refs right now, they're a little bit leery to come out whistle happy. They're going to let them play and try to get a feel for the game.
Regis with its first possession. Here's Eberique to the right wing. Christian Little tries to shake and bake, passes the inline left wing. Three-pointer on the way. Died on the back iron, and Dixie State snags the rebound as Dawson couldn't get it to go. They connected on 13 threes the last time these two teams played. And now Jacob Nichols is going to get hit with a flop warning. There's no foul. Jacob Nichols is going to get hit with a flop warning. They say he went to the ground too easily.
Fine. You know what? Okay, good. But if you're going to call it early like that, it has to be consistent throughout the game. And you're going to see that all game long. So hopefully that official will be able to be consistent and keep calling it, because you'll see it all night long.
Pagankoff inside to a wide open Jacob Nichols. Couldn't get it to go on the rebound of Regis. Should say he wasn't wide open for very long. They swarmed him and he couldn't get it to go. Cranston Loud, right wing to the free throw line. Will bounce inside. And the shot is disrupted. Eberikwe couldn't get it to go. It was Nichols. They got a hand in there, contested the shot. Dixie State the other way. Pagankoff. In the left corner, Andre Wilson. Still scoreless. 18:33 to go. Hunter Schofield for three, left wing. Rims in and out. The tip putback from Nichols is short. And here come the Rangers. Cranston Lown driving inside. Leaves his feet, kicks it to the left wing. Now to the right side, and Eberikwe. Eberikwe to Virgilino. Virgilino to Dawson. Left corner now. Little. Pump fake, forces it off the window and in from the left side. And Regis on the board first at the 18:05 mark of the first half. A 2-0 lead for the visiting Rangers.
They had to get that through a double team right there. Dixie doing a good job rotating and making that shot difficult with the double team. Able to score anyway.
There's Judkins calling for Cameron Chatwin off the bench. In the meantime, here's Pagankoff driving inside, lays it up and in, and a push in the back will send him to the free throw line. And we are tied at 2, 17:48 to go, and the foul will go against Brian Dawson.
Well, it's coming off that Jacob Nichols screen right there, and Regis didn't jump out and hedge, they didn't jump out and double team, they just tried to stay with Jack Pagankoff, and that's tough. If you're gonna beat the reigning MVP, you gotta need some help coming off that ball screen, and that time Jack Pagankoff went right to the hole.
Both teams making a few changes. Cameron Chatwin will check in for Nichols for Dixie State. For the Rangers, Aaron Bokel is into the game. Free throw on the way from Pagankoff. It's up and in. Your RMAC Player of the Year gives Dixie State the 3-2 lead. 17:45 to go first half. Dixie State trying to avoid a repeat of what happened last year and losing in the first round to an underseeded team. Here's Dawson. Inside looking for Cranston Lown. Is tapped away. Dixie State to steal. Andre Wilson. Cross-court pass from left to right. Pagankoff. Jack hesitates. Hands off to Frank Stain, and he's bumped outside the three-point line by Christian Little. That'll be his first second team foul against Regis. And you can see the Rangers, you know, we talked before the game off air about how physical Regis wanted to play, about how they want to do that. They're showing that true form tonight. They will bump you. They will hold on to you. They will fight you outside the perimeter. They're showing that early.
Yeah, they're scrappy.
Trailblazers with it. Schofield. Right side to Stain. Free throw line jumper on the way off the left side. Missed it. And Schofield will tip it into the hands of Aaron Bokel. And the Rangers have the ball. Dixie State a 3-2 lead. 17:05 remaining first half. Backdoor cut inside Dawson. And he'll scoop and score from left to right. 4-3. Regis leading. 16:56 to go in the first. Trailblazers will try a bounce pass the other way, and it's kicked by Roberto Virgilino. He can't believe it. It was either on the shin or the ankle or maybe the foot. One referee deemed it a kick, but Dixie State will get it out of bounds baseline right. Pagankoff looking, lobs it into Schofield, catches, will put it up, scores with a foul. Took him a minute to get possession, but once he was able to gather, he turned and scored with contact.
That was a play they worked on right there, shoot around, and Coach Judkins is actually in there mixing it up with the guys, showing them this is what I want on this play. This is how I want you to post. This is how I want you to call for the ball. And that time Hunter Schofield doing a good job getting position, being strong enough to score and get the foul. So when we look at this 4-minute battle, we got 52 seconds left. It's not just the score that wins the battle. It's tempo, it's rebounding, it's taking care of the ball, and it's up for grabs for this 4-minute battle.
More importantly, the foul goes against Christian Little, his second.
Yeah.
As the Rangers' leading scorer, and he picks up 2 quick fouls before the media timeout. Schofield leaves the rebound, the free throw short. Frank Stain will snare the rebound, and then it's tied up immediately in a jump ball going the other way. Love to see Frank Stain, even though the Trailblazers didn't end up with the possession, as something they've been working with the freshman all year is, hey, you're 6'6" frame, we need you to rebound. And he had a career-high 11 rebounds on on Friday in Salt Lake City, and already physical on the boards here. 5-4, Dixie State a 1-point lead. Virgilino will drive inside, missed the layup, gets his own rebound, kicking it back out. Here's Bokel. The left side in Dawson. He drives inside and he's bumped and fouled on his way to the bucket. And that will be Jack Pagankoff. His first. The first team foul against Dixie State. Players trying to line up, but it should be on the floor, will be. It'll be baseline left side for the Rangers. Cranston Lown to inbound. Inbound to Gibson. He fires a 3 left wing. Missed it. Too strong. Cameron Chatwin goes up high, grabs the rebound. 16:25 to go. Dixie State the lead. Pagankoff is bumped. He's asking for the same call that he just got called for on the other end. Didn't get it. A pass inside to Cameron Chatwin. They're holding. And a foul going to be called. These look like the Detroit Pistons of the late 1980s. Going to make it difficult on the Trailblazers tonight. That's what you do. When the 8 seed coming into the home of the 1 seed, that's what you have to do. Pagankoff lobbing into Frank Stain. Three-point land straight away. Off a screen from Schofield. Now into Hunter. Hunter double teamed on the left block. Skip pass into the right corner, and Jack Pagankoff harassed outside the three-point line. Now brings it the right wing. Jack still with it. Mismatch as he's guarded by Virgilino. He'll drive in and score easily. He says he can't guard me. He drives in and scores. 7-4. Dixie State a three-point lead.
Well, you've got to respect that jumper. You know, they definitely played it for the jumper, and he took it right to the hole.
Regis quickly the other way, and Brian Dawson will splash home the first three-pointer of the game. We are tied at 7. 15:43 to go. Media timeout coming on the next whistle. Here's Andre. Hesitates, now drives inside, will lay it up and in. And Virgilino tried to draw the offensive foul. Dixie State coach is calling for a flop warning, not going to get it the other way. 9-7 remaining, or excuse me, 9-7, Dixie State 2-point lead. I mentioned the flop warning because Jacob Nichols for Dixie State was hit with a flop warning just 2 minutes into the game. Here's Dawson, fadeaway three, straight away, rimmed out, Dixie State the rebound. Pagankoff off the back heel of Bokel, but he picks it back up, and here come the Trailblazers. Jack from right to left, pump fake into the left corner. Wilson to Cameron Chatwin. Around the horn, three ball on the way and in from Frank Stain in the right corner. 12-7, Dixie State a 5-point lead.
He's dangerous. When he gets his feet set, he is dangerous from outside.
14:45 to go. Jason Youngblood up off the bench. He's going to check in. Well, after the media timeout, he'll check in. We'll have the media timeout next whistle. Here's Virgilino. Will bounce inside looking for Cranston Loud. Kicking it back out, Bokel. Passes up a three. Pushes off on Hunter Schofield. Missed it. And here comes Dixie State with the rebound. Pagankoff will bounce to Andre Wilson. Top of the key. Hunter Schofield catch and shoot three on the way off the right side. Ball is loose. Cameron Chatwin comes up with it off the tip from Frank Stain. Trailblazers will reset. 15-second shot clock now. 14-12 on the game clock and a 12-7 lead. Pagankoff bounce pass inside to Hunter Schofield and then lay it high off the window and in on the right side.
It's a great combination. Anytime Hunter Schofield can set a solid screen there for Jack Pagankoff. He knows the vision of his point guard. He's going to get him the ball. His hands are always ready, and he's able to finish. 14-7. Dixie State a 7-point lead. Cranston Loud, same play the other way, and he'll score it high off the window for the Rangers on the left side, and it's a 14-9 lead for the Trailblazers. 13:43 to go. Nearly a full 3 minutes past the media timeout. We're going to have a couple quick media timeouts back to back here. Pagankoff just shows that it's a free-flowing game. Jack steps into a deep two, right side, it rims out. And Donald Gibson goes up high and snares the rebound. Pass ahead to Bokel. Has to tiptoe the inline to stay in bounds. He does so, knocks over Hunter Schofield, offensive foul. Hunter says that time, I got the call. 14-9, Dixie State a 5-point lead. 13:19 remaining. Here in half number one, we take the 60-second timeout and come back to the Burns Arena in St. George, Utah on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
I got you right where I want you. If I make this one, it's over. I win.
No pressure. Bring it.
We may not always play good, but when we want to look good, we come to the Dixie State campus store.
Located on the second floor of the Gardner Center. We'll see you there.
Back inside the Burns Arena, 13:19 to go. Dixie State a 14-9 lead. Jack Pagankoff and Hunter Schofield teaming up early in this one. Hunter's got a couple of buckets. Jack Pagankoff with a couple of buckets. To be exact, Pagankoff with 5, Schofield with 4. And Dixie State a 5-point lead, shooting 50% for the field, 6 of 12 from the field. Trailblazers have hit on 1 of 3 three-point attempts. Meanwhile, Regis 4 of 10 for the field, 40% there, just 1 of 4 from downtown. And earlier today, Mike, we were doing some math, trying to figure out what percentage of the shots that Regis attempts were from the outside, and it was a lot. At first, we plugged in the wrong numbers and we're like, goodness gracious, that's a lot of threes. But I think it came out to about 35% or so of their shots will come from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they're going to average about 20 attempts a game, so they've got to protect that three-point line.
13:08 remaining first half, back in play. Dixie State the possession. Nichols to Leighton Parker. He checked in during the timeout. Top of the key now, Dason Youngblood. Inside, Nichols, mid-post left. Did he travel? What do we got? A foul away from the ball. This is going to go against Taffy Tella. Just checked into the game for the Rangers, and he picks up a foul. Already 6 team fouls whistled against Regis. Just 1 against Dixie State. Something to keep an eye on and how this game is called. The remainder 12:53 of the first half. Youngblood inside looking for Nichols. Catch and shoot. What a steal. And he catches and scores inside. 16-9. Trailblazers by 7.
It's great execution there by Dixie State.
Rangers the other way, and Nichols with a swat. And here come the Trailblazers. Dawson tried to take it. It was Little that tried to go to the hole. And Nichols said, Here's Chatwin. Backing in on Virgilino. Spinning left, floating left, scoring left. 18-9. Trailblazers by 9. 12:20 to play first half. And a push off by Gibson. Blocking foul. Cameron Chatwin. They didn't quite get there in time.
Love to look at that one again.
Wasn't quite set.
I mean, that's good, pretty good defense there by Cameron Chatwin. He got where he needed to be. Question is, was the forearm there? Did he extend it? Did he push? Ref didn't think so.
6-1 foul count. 12:06 remaining. Dixie State, a 9-point lead. 3-point shot, right side up and in for Donald Gibson. And watch out, this Regis squad gets hot. They can play with anybody on any given day. 18-12, Dixie State a 6-point lead. 11:52 to go. Media timeout coming on the next whistle. Parker to Nichols. Jacob, dribble handoff, Youngblood. Dason to Chatwin. Quick handoff, Andre Wilson, driving baseline right. Dribbles around, passes back out to Jacob Nichols. Splits 2 defenders, missed the layup. He crashes to the floor. And here come the Regis Rangers. They'll leave it with Gibson. Another 3 straight away, off the right side this time. And Cameron Chatwin pulls down the rebound. Outlet pass to Parker. Run and gun for this Regis Rangers squad. Chatwin kills the dribble. Got to find help over to the right side of Parker. Parker dribbles to the center of the floor. Back right, Andre Wilson. Jump step in the lane. Right-handed jumper high off the window. But it bangs off the rim and falls out. 18-12. Dixie State a 6-point lead. Here comes Regis. Michael Benz drives inside. Will scoop it up with the right hand. Missed it. Dason Youngblood the rebound for the Trailblazers. Dason kicks it left corner. Leighton Parker stepped out of bounds in the left corner. And that'll bring us to the under 12. 10:50 to go. Dixie State 18. Regis 12. 1 minute timeout and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy.
Hey, Lauren.
We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
$10:50 to go. Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. This matchup, the 1 versus the 8 in the RMAC Tournament. Dixie State, 22-6 overall. Regis, 17-11. Of course, Trailblazers 17-5 in the conference, 12-10 for Regis. And you look at these two teams into the bracket, they will play the winner. The winner of this game will advance to Friday to play the winner of Colorado Mesa and UC Colorado Springs. Of course, down below, the 2 and the 7, you got Black Hills State, South Dakota Mines. Crazy ending. Those two teams played on Friday, and Black Hills State converted a 4-point play with 1 second left to win. And then, of course, you got Colorado School of Mines at 3, taking on the 6 seed, New Mexico Highlands. We'll update you on those games throughout the night. Back in play inside the Burns Arena, an 18-12 lead for the Trailblazers. 10:39 to go. Gibson for 3, right wing. Rims out. Rangers couldn't get it to go. Youngblood will pull down the rebound. Trailblazers settle into the half-court offense. Leighton Parker on the left wing. Kills the dribble just inside the arc. Got to find help. Wrap-around bounce pass to Schofield. Hunter driving right. Now he's at the baseline right side. Swinging to Josh Newbold. He just checked in. Swing it all the way to the left corner and Andre Wilson. Andre to the right to Hunter Schofield. Fires a 3 straight away. He leaves it short. And the rebound into the hands of the Rangers. Quickly up the floor. Here's Collins Eason. Got a Little. Little will drive inside. Hangs. Can't hit. Partially deflected by Hunter Schofield. And Hunter will grab the rebound. Trailblazers an 18-12 lead. 9:54 to go first half. Newbold will step into a 3. Left wing. He buries it. 21-12. Dixie State by 9. That shot came pretty early in the shot clock. But when you make it, you say, hey, no problem. I like it. 9-point advantage for the Trailblazers. 21-12 with 9:35 remaining. Second 3-point make of the night for the Trailblazers. Here's Colin Eason. And it's stripped by Newbold, taken away by Schofield. Over to Parker. Parker to Youngblood. Jumper in the lane in transition. No. Offensive rebound. Josh Newbold, and he'll score it on the putback. Josh Newbold, the man possessed as he comes into the game, hits a 3 and then gets a rebound and a putback. And Dixie State leads by 11, 23-12. 9:08 remaining first half. Here's Gibson, step back, baseline right, jumper, lets it fly. And it rims out too strong. Leighton Parker the rebound for the Trailblazers. Parker kicking left corner. Andre Wilson. Back to Hunter Schofield. Over to Youngblood, an offensive foul. They're gonna get Hunter Schofield on a moving screen. They're gonna say he never got set on the screen. They wanted to go pick and roll. And you know what, looking at the replay, it's the right call. Coach Judkins is arguing it. There's some boo birds coming down, but as we see the replay here at the table, it's the right call. Never got set. It was awkwardly there. Dixie State fans probably don't want to hear that, but it's the right call. Dixie State, an 11-point lead, 23-12. Just the first foul against Hunter Schofield, so you got to keep your composure here. No need to pick up another foul. It's 15 to shoot for the Rangers. It's Dawson, right wing. Into the corner, and Tella. Give and go. Dawson cutting to the basket. He'll catch and score. And it's a 9-point Dixie State lead. 23-14 on the give and go between Dawson and Tella. 8:18 to go. First half. Here's Wilson hanging. Shot partially deflected and into the hands of Roberto Virgilino. And here come the Rangers the other way. Wilson is trailing the play. It's a 5-on-4 right now. Wilson trying to get back. Virgilino for 3 left wing. He splashes it in. 23-17. Dixie State a 6-point advantage. On 5 quick points by the Rangers. Here's Pagankoff. The right corner, and Wilson. Wilson to Newbold. Left side Stain looking inside Hunter Schofield. Shot up. Nope, couldn't get it to go. It rims out. Rebound to Tella.
That's a shot that Hunter Schofield wants. That's a great looking shot for him. Just not able to convert.
Trailblazers up by 6 with it gone cold over the last couple of minutes. Here's a 3, left corner, too strong. Tella couldn't get it to go. Josh Newbold the rebound for the Trailblazers on a 23-17 Dixie State lead. 7:18 to play. Jack will hand off to Frank Stain. Stain through the legs dribble, stops it now, over to Schofield. Schofield looking inside, Newbold, catch and score it. Josh Newbold has come in and he's got 7 points, and it's an 8-point Dixie State lead, 25-17.
It's a great high-low pass there. Hunter Schofield doing a very good job of knowing right where the big guy needed the ball to be and put it right on point.
Regis will try to walk the ball up the floor now. We mentioned one of our keys of the game was going to be to run for Dixie State. Get a stop and run. They're trying to wear Regis out early. Here's Eberikwe. Threads the needle into the left corner. Three-point shot on the way in and out for Brian Dawson. Halfway home, and it spins out. Trailblazers the other way. Pass inside. Hunter Schofield catch and score at the bucket. 27-17, Dixie State by 10. 6:25 to go until the break.
And this is where they keep their foot on the gas. They just keep going. Build momentum. Get stops, like you said. Get them and go. Get the ball out quick and run.
Here's Virgilino. Over to Dawson. Stripped out of his hands by Andre Wilson. Andre going to get called for the foul. Now the question is it on the floor or are they going to let him shoot? Because he actually, they're going to say 2 shots, but if you look at the replay, he actually had pulled the ball down and was set to pass this ball away. We'll keep it right here for just a moment. Dawson leaves the floor. Well, I guess he never had a chance. Never had a chance. Replay makes everyone look bad when they think they know what they're talking about, right? 27-17, Dixie State a 10-point lead. 6:09 remaining. Let's take a 60-second timeout and come back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
I'm Smokey Cole Bear, filling in because for 75 years, Smokey only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
Meanwhile, the song was wrong. We did start the fire. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Play Eric Amarola's Race Day Mix.
Get our print curve here. And there's the bottom. Does this one have more water?
Careful.
6:09 remaining, Dixie State, 10-point lead, 27-17. And in these situations, when the calendar turns to March, you're looking for guys that are going to step up. Dixie State has a couple of their bigs, dinged up right now. Jared Green's one of them. He hasn't been able to go. Cameron Chatwin's a little banged up. It's his senior season, though. He's not going to keep him off the floor. But how about Josh Newbold coming in for the Trailblazers? He puts in 5 minutes of work. How about 7 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal? That's for Josh Newbold. And if you're looking for a way to find more minutes in the month of March, that'll do it every single time. Dawson makes the first free throw. He'll have one more. But and my point is, you got to have people step up. And in this first half, in these last 5 minutes, it's been Josh Newbold. Huge for Dixie State.
And how nice is it for Coach Judkins and the staff to have a 6'7", 220 guy that's on the bench that could just step in and fill in so nicely. Guys that know the role, they understand the role, and just perform when they need them the most.
27-19, Dixie State an 8-point lead. 6 minutes remaining. Paganikoff over to Frank Stain. Top of the key, Youngblood. Back to Jack. Jack driving to the left. Stops it. Wrapping inside. Hunter Schofield to catch and score. How did he put that pass on the money? Had to be right on the money. He did, and that's why he's your RMAC Player of the Year. 10-point lead for the Trailblazers, 29-19.
Well-crafted play there to get the mismatch. They got the mismatch they wanted. They knew they had to get it to Hunter Schofield, and it was a great pass.
Dixie State will kick a pass out of bounds. Rangers will maintain possession. 18 to shoot for Regis. Dixie State a 29-19 lead. 5:26 remaining. Can give you a women's basketball update. Trailblazers trailing by 6, 60-54. 6:33 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll keep a close eye on that over the final 6 minutes. 29-19. Dawson for 3, right wing, it's up and in. Trailblazers lead cut down to 7. Paganikoff. It's tipped out of his hands and steal for Regis. Dawson in transition will bank it up and in. And just like that, it's a 5-point game. 29-24. talked about winning the 4-minute battles. Dixie State got to bounce back here. Pagenkopf to Frank Stain. The right side, and Youngblood splits 2 defenders, and the layup short. Off balance, couldn't get it to go. Regis the rebound. Here's Dawson. Excuse me, that's Little. It's stripped out of his hands by Frank Stain. Who are they going to get on the foul? Is it going to be Stain? It almost looked like Stain stripped the ball, and then Little reached out and grabbed Frank Stain. I've been known to be wrong. You can see a tip away by Frank Stain, and then you see kind of a 50-50 ball there.
It's a loose ball, 50-50.
And a whistle against Frank Stain. The foul count's within 1 now, 6-5, so. Just saying. 29-24. Here's Gibson. To Little. Swinging it left side, Dawson for 3, it's up and in. And Dixie State gonna take a timeout. When Regis gets hot, look out. 29-27. Dixie State's a 2-point lead. It was a 10-point lead, but an 8-0 run for Regis. They're gonna stretch it to the media at the 4:18 mark. 60-second timeout, and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network. .418 to go. Dixie State a 29-27 lead. However, it was a 10-point lead. It's about a minute and a half ago. An 8-0 run for the Rangers. And basketball's a game of runs. You don't expect the visiting team to just, oh, the home team's up by 10 points. We're gonna roll over and die. It's March. It's tournament time, and that's exactly what Coach Shudkin's telling the guys in the huddle. Say, look, it's not over. We got to keep playing. Let's go. So expect Dixie State to come out with a much more fierce effort over the final 4:18 of the first half.
Well, we talked about those lulls that Dixie has. That third 4-minute battle. They tend to give up some ground right there, and today they had them. They had that foot on the gas and let it up.
Pagenkopf will bounce to Frank Stain. Catch and shoot 3, right wing, in and out and back in. When you need a bucket, you'll take it however you can get it. 32-27. Dixie State by 5. 4:01 to go. Dawson, catch and shoot 3, right wing, short. Rebound into the hands of Cameron Chatwin. Chatwin ahead to Frank Stain. Stain will push it across the timeline. Now got to find help to Chatwin. Stripped out of his hands. And Chatwin will chase it back across the timeline. 15 to shoot. Youngblood. 3-point land straight away. Stops the dribble. Will bounce into Cameron Chatwin. Cameron inside Stain. Puts the ball on the floor. Shot is blocked into the hands of the Rangers. And Dawson has it for Regis. Cross-court pass, Little. Into the left corner. To Gibson, now back to Christian Little. Little to Eberikwe. Over to Dawson. Dawson with 17 points for Regis, but this time he's denied at the bucket. And here come the Trailblazers. Hunter Schofield will drive inside, lay it high off the window and in, and could have been an and one, as Virgilino had both hands right in the back of Hunter Schofield. Dixie State leads by 7. 34-27, layup for Little, no, gets his own rebound, pulls it away, and Regis will reset. Here's Dawson for 3, right wing, no. Frank Stain the rebound. 3-pointer too strong, and here come the Trailblazers. Stain, no look, bounce pass into Schofield, he missed it. And here come the Rangers. Ahead to Little. Little will lay it up and missed it, and the feet of Pagenkopf and Little get tangled up, and Jack Pagenkopf is gonna get called for a foul. And the motion that the referee makes is that there's a hit on the arm, and there's absolutely no contact above the waist. If anything, it's a trip because the feet got tangled up.
get a good look at it here. I mean, he got a flat tire. I mean, his foot kind of gave out on him, and it looked funny, and it's all about angles. And maybe the official had a different angle. We get the luxury of looking at it on TV, but there's no contact on that play. I mean, you can anticipate.
He missed the free throw.
But ball doesn't lie.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, you can see about right there, his foot just kind of gives out on him. And
a little missed the free throw. Makes the second, and it's a 34-28 game. Dixie State a 6-point lead, 2:37 to go, and that's why sometimes when that foul count goes in your favor, it's like it was 6-1 for Dixie State early in the half. It's not advantageous to you later in the half. Nichols to the left corner, Wilson will bounce inside Schofield. Will float it right hand, missed it. And the rebound to Regis. A 6-point Dixie State lead, 2:17 to go. Dawson with 17 points for the Rangers. Will pull up, jumper right side, he splashes it home. Just a 2-point shot. It's a 4-point game again, 34-30, Dixie State lead. 19 of Regis's 30 points coming from Brian Dawson. Stain for three, left corner, missed everything. And Regis the rebound. Here's Dawson with left side and Gibson. Gibson to Cranston Lau, now back to Dawson. Dawson to Virgilino. Over to Cranston Lau. Behind the back pass, Gibson. For three, right wing and an air ball from Michael Benz. Regis will save it in, but it's stolen back away by Frank Stain. Stain to Nichols. Pushed it ahead, but nobody there. Now here's Schofield, kicks left corner, Youngblood, deep two left side. No, ball tipped around and into the hands of Donald Gibson. Dixie State can't buy a bucket. 4-point Trailblazer lead. Gibson inside, shot denied by Schofield, but into the hands of Michael Benz, and a block from Andre Wilson, and a foul gonna be called against Andre.
This is exciting. Garrick, we're watching a very exciting basketball game here. I mean, 34-30, minute 12 to go. Both teams getting up the floor. There's a lot of action. Great game.
First free throw is up and in. 34-31 lead for Dixie State.
Oh, we look at those keys of the game right now. Regis 5 for 14 from the three-point line. That's 35%. We want Dixie to be, if they can hold them to under 30%, that's going to be a key, but also the rebounding. Dixie got 20 rebounds, Regis at 19. Remember, the goal is to keep them under 30 rebounds. Looks like Regis will probably eclipse that mark.
Second free throw rimmed out, Dixie State the rebound, and a quick whistle on the other end will send Jacob Nichols to the line for 1 and 1. I can tell you before that, the last foul call against Regis came at the 12:55 mark. So that's over 12 minutes of basketball without a whistle going against you. Nichols. Front end of the 1 and 1, up and in, 35-31. But they've called it the same way right from the start, for the most part. Free throw up and in. Both free throws good for Nichols. It's a 5-point Dixie State lead, 36-31. Under a minute to play. Dixie State would love to get a stop. Here's Virgilino for three, straight away, rimmed out, and the ball lost out of bounds by Hunter Schofield with 39.4 seconds remaining, and now a fresh 20 on the shot clock for Regis, and now the Rangers going to take a timeout. 36-31, Dixie State by 5. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it. Just a 30. Come right back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, good. You played before, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's all
Okay.
state, high school.
Good, let's run some routes. Give me a post route.
All right, let's do it.
We may not always play good, but when we want to look good, we come to the Dixie State campus store.
Located on the second floor of the Gardner Center. We'll see you there.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. 39.4 seconds remaining. Dixie State a 36-31 lead. And it will be Regis basketball after Hunter Schofield. They got to stop. Schofield had the rebound and then just couldn't quite handle it. Went out of bounds. The Regis will have it baseline left on a 20-second shot clock. It'll be Dawson to inbound. Will lob to Cranston Lown. And left side Gibson. And he loses it out of bounds, and Dixie State will have it with 31.9 seconds remaining. So 1.9 second difference between game and shot clock. If you're Dixie State, you can basically play for one here.
Yeah, you want to use every bit of that clock.
Here's Youngblood to the left side. Top of the key, Parker, and it's stripped away by Cranston Lown. Inside Dawson, we'll leave it with Gibson. And now they'll back it out. Down to 7. Here's Cranston Lown, right wing. Leaves with Gibson, right wing 3 on the way, missed everything. Offensive rebound, the putback, no. And Leighton Parker will grab the rebound, and that'll send us to the first half of play. To the halftime break after the first half of play. And the Trailblazers a 5-point lead, 36-31. Let's talk about this. Let's break it down. We'll go into the halftime break with the Trailblazers leading 36-31. Trailblazers did a lot of good things there, Mike. We talked about kind of that, 3/4 of the way through the half lull. They experienced that. Bobak got some free throws on the other end. What do you make of the first 20 minutes of basketball?
Well, it was hit and miss. At times, Dixie looked very, very good. There were moments in this game where you thought they were just going to run away with it, and Regis found a way to get back into it. They're getting back into it by shooting those perimeter shots. They've kind of lived and died by that throughout the year. 5 for 16 from the three-point line. When you look at that, 15, half their points have come from the three-point line. So Dixie's got to do a better job of contesting the three-point line, and then they got to run more. They got to keep running and running and running and just run them out of the gym.
Trailblazers a 36-31 lead. For Dixie State, a pretty balanced effort with a 5-point lead. 10 points for Hunter Schofield, 5 points for Jack Pagankoff, 6 points for Frank Stain, 4 points for Jacob Nichols, 2 points for Andre Wilson, 2 points for Cameron Chatwin, and don't forget 7 points for Josh Newbold off of the bench. And for Regis, though, 19 points for Brian Dawson. And everyone else from there, it's 3 for Little, 3 for Virgilino, 3 for Gibson, 2 for Cranston, and 1 for Benz. So the Trailblazers, balanced effort. Regis kind of putting it all on one guy. And that's tough for one person to sustain throughout the game. You kind of get the feeling that Regis is going to need help from someone other than Brian Dawson.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need some help. And, it's going to take a lot of effort. I mean, if this Dixie State team can keep that momentum going, nobody in foul trouble. They've got a full bench. They've got everybody ready to go. So it's going to be an interesting 20 minutes.
Trailblazers a 36-31 lead. Let's take a look at some first half highlights before we take a break. And it was Jack Pagankoff, player of the year, got a whistle early. That was Dixie State's first bucket. He would make the free throw. And then Hunter Schofield, he's got 10 points. And those two were really, teaming up early. And that's what you like to see. As those two go, so go the Trailblazers. There's Pagankoff, another great look. Frank Stain knocking in a 3 from the right wing.
That was a huge shot by Frank Stain. And Hunter Schofield there, I mean, when they can get the ball in the post and work this interior offense right there, they're very good. Looking for the big guys that time, Jacob Nichols. Great block there by Jacob Nichols, coming over to help. No foul, straight up, great defensive play.
Josh Newbold came in, he had 7 points. Knocked in the 3 there, and got a put back there and all over the place. And I'll be honest, I'm having a hard time focusing. Dixie State women's team has a 4-point lead, 64-60 with 4 seconds to go. Chesney Stevens is at the free throw line for 2. She just missed 1.
Come on, Chesney.
If she makes this one, this game is pretty much iced. You can't get more than 4 points on 1 possession. Second free throw good. And Dixie State has a 5-point lead, 65-60 with 4 ticks remaining. We'll let you know when that one has officially gone final. Other scores from around the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, the men's tournament. We'll have much more in this women's tournament, this women's game after the break. Remember, Dixie State's game started about a half hour earlier, so these scores are early. Number 4, Colorado Mesa, 4-2 lead over UCCS, 17-20 go to the first. New Mexico Highlands, you don't want to play Highlands in the first round in tournament situation. 13-9 lead over number 3, Colorado School of Mines, 14:46 to go in the first. And South Dakota Mines, a 9-4 lead over Black Hills State. That's the 7-2 matchup, 15:52 to go in the first half. And that's Black Hills State probably wanted to see someone other than South Dakota Mines there on the matchup as well, but that's how things go. So there you go. That's where we're at the half. We will take the full 5-minute halftime break. We'll give you the women's final and then let you know some more updates a little bit later on and break this thing down a little bit later in the halftime report. 5-minute timeout and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
You know, we may have started out small, but we were great. Families and fans rallied behind their team. The community cared, and everyone showed up to cheer. Now, we're bigger than ever. Dixie State is going to Division I.
Here we go in transition, and he throws it down with one hand.
But at the end of the day, it's the community and fans that make us great. Whether you give $5 or $1,000, every dollar, every seat in the stands, every one of you can help blaze our trail to Division I athletics, because this is our team.
Radio Dixie 91.3, Young the Giant, something to believe in.
John, what song do you want to hear? Next, Miss Caligras. You'll be on the SWAT team, the SWAT team. That's a fantastic situation. I should talk to you. I was going to talk to you last time.
You know, we've been brainstorming for new ideas on Trailblazer Weekly, and we thought, why don't we try to get some more well-known personalities on the show? And then we thought, who better than Brooks the Bison? He would be a fantastic guest host.
Okay, Brooks, in 5, 4, 3.
Obviously, being a co-host didn't work out the way we planned. So we thought we can throw him in the control room and he can help run the show. But he's got hooves instead of hands, so he couldn't exactly push the buttons or control the dials that he needed to. And as you can imagine, we had a terrible show that week. I mean, nothing was right. We were coming from breaks when we didn't even realize we were live. It just didn't work out.
So we kept thinking about it, and finally, light bulb. He can't mess up being a camera operator, right? Wrong. He couldn't wear the headset, which means he couldn't hear the director. Brooks actually doesn't know right from left, believe it or not. And he spent more time taking selfies and posting to social media than running his camera. I mean, who knew that Brooks the Bison had his own Instagram?
We decided that Brooks was better off in his natural habitat where he belongs.
Trailblazer Weekly, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. on CEC TV, Radio Dixie 91.3 FM, and Dixie State Athletics YouTube page.
Here's your baby. Okay. Still, I'm not breathing. 1, 2, 5,
26 mark on. And at that point, Kesley Stevenson, as we welcome our TV and our internet audience back in as well, just letting everybody know that the women's team has completed the upset in Gunnison, Colorado, a 65-60 win for the Trailblazers, the number 7 seed taking on the number 2 seed. At that 126 mark, I can tell you, Kesley Stevenson had 12 points. Maddie Loftus had 14 points. Allie Franks had 10 points. And that's where most of the scoring was coming from. You know, Kesley Stevenson had 16 of those in the first half, but what a win. And this is the men's game, and we've got 20 minutes of basketball left, and we'll talk about the first half again in just a minute, but what a win for this Trailblazers squad. You knew they had the potential to come in and get this win, not just this one, but to even win the tournament. There were some games that they could have, should have won during the regular season to help their seed, and now you kind of go in as a 7 seed, and, you know, the pressure is not on you necessarily. Right. You go in and you win the game. So big shout-out to head coach J.D. Gustin, his entire coaching staff, Matt Legursky, Nicole Yazzie, Kaylee Quinn, J.J. Long, all of the coaching staff and all of the players. And for the seniors, and especially for Allie Franks, who has been here for 4 years and has had some major ups and downs inside this program in those 4 years. Congratulations to them, and a huge shout-out to them. It just couldn't have happened to a better group, and there's still more to go. They play again on Friday, and I think they're going to get Mesa. I got to look up the score. I think they're going to get Mesa, the overall 1 seed there. But, Mike, back to this game. We talked about it before the break. The Trailblazers, a good start, but once this Regis team gets hot, look out. And it seemed like after a little while, Dixie State was kind of lagging off that three-point line just a little bit. A lot of open looks for Regis, and that can turn the game around in a hurry.
Definitely. And you look at the score of 36-31, and you look at what got us to that point. You know, statistically, 19 points by Dawson. You know, 19 points. 31 points for the team, 19 of those coming from Dawson, and that comes 3 for 7 shooting from downtown. So he's a guy that can definitely light it up. And he hurt the Trailblazers that first half. Following him, there's really not much scoring. You know, we've got Little with 3, and Versalino with 3, and Cranston with 2, and Gibson with 3, and that's it. Bulk of the scoring coming from Dawson. So in that locker room, you know, I'm sure Coach Judkins addressed that, made some adjustments with their defense. Made some adjustments and tried to do some different things with some ball screens possibly, but they've got to do something to slow Dawson down. For Dixie State, very balanced scoring outside of Schofield's 10. Pagenkopf with 5 on 2 for 4 shooting. Andre Wilson chipped in 2 on 1 of 3 shooting. Frank Stain 6 points, 2 for 5. All 6 of his points coming from the 3-point line, 2 for 3 from downtown. Jacob Nichols with the start, finished with 4 points on 1 of 3 shooting. And Hunter Schofield, 5 of 11, but he's 0 for 3 carrying from downtown. But great job there for Dixie. When you look at rebounding statistics, Dixie with 22 rebounds. Regis pulling down 21 rebounds. So that's winning the war of the boards for Regis by 1. We really wanted those rebounds to be under 30 for Regis. There's 7 times this year where they were under 30 and shot under 30% from the three-point line. Thought tonight would be the night. That would be a key for Dixie's defense to keep them off the boards, keep them rebounding. Doesn't look like that's the case. With 21 rebounds, Regis will probably hit that 30-point, but it's important for Dixie to win the war of the boards. Field goal percentage, Dixie shooting 45% from the field, shooting 42% from three-point line. Regis, 11 for 34, 32% from field, 5 of 16 from downtown, with 31% from the field, or three-point line. So Dixie doing a better job there. If we look at some of the other RMAC Tournament quarterfinal scores, UCCS 8, number 4 Colorado Mesa 10 with 13:23 to go in the first half. New Mexico Highlands, that team everybody's afraid to play in that first round, 16 to 13, or 16 over Colorado School of Mines 13, 11:25 in the first, and it's South Dakota Mines 22-14 over Black Hills State with 9:45 to go in the first. So great RMAC action. We'll keep you posted on what happens there, but it's here in Burns Arena. Dixie State holding on to a 5-point lead, 36-31. We'll get ready here for the second half. Both teams warming up. Looks like Dixie will go the same starters. Regis going the same. Ready to go, Carrick.
Trailblazers leading at 36-31. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Come right back with the start of the second half of the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
I got you right where I want you. If I make this one, it's over. I win.
No pressure. Bring it.
We may not always play good, but when we want to look good, we come to the Dixie State campus store.
Located on the second floor of the Gardner Center. We'll see you there.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. We are back in play. And the Trailblazers with possession. Here's Pagenkopf. Deep 2 left side. He'll splash it in. And that is how you start the second half of play. Dixie State leading at 38-31. 19:40 to go in the second half.
It's a great way to start. You know, Jack Pagenkopf got the look he wanted, and he nailed it.
Regis the other way. 3-point shot short. And Dixie State has the rebound. Both teams go with the same starters in the second half. Schofield high off the window for the Trailblazers, and it is up and in. And it's
Jacob Nichols.
And a Dixie State steal and a score on the inbounds pass by Nichols.
Well, that's like Reggie Miller
And he
stuff.
scores it.
It's like 7 points in
My
40
goodness.
seconds.
I was looking for through Coach Judkins. I couldn't even see it. I just heard the PA announcer announce a made basket by Jacob Nichols. Here we go. Dixie State by 11, 42-31, 18:58 to go. Dixie State, an 11-point lead. Cranston Lown for 3 right wing, and he splashes it home.
Solid defensive possession for Dixie. They just lost sight of Lau, who had his feet set, ready to go. But as Dixie, if you're going to pull away, you can't let those mistakes happen.
Frank Stain driving the baseline left, lays it up and in. You love the effort for Dixie State out of the halftime break. And the Trailblazers a 10-point advantage with 18:30 to go here in half number 2.
Dixie man-to-man. They're really putting some pressure on Regis, trying to keep him out of their stuff and play some on-ball defense. It's just putting tons of pressure on him.
Bercellino cross-court pass to Cranston Lown. He fires a 3 right wing. This time it misses. And Dixie State quickly the other way. Andre Wilson, right corner, will bounce inside Nichols. Nichols to Pagenkopf. They leave him open. 3 right corner, no. Too strong, couldn't get it to go.
And looking to put some points on the board. Dixie not shy. I mean, they're putting the ball up.
Trailblazers by 10, 44-34. Here's Cranston Loud, the 17:44 mark. Backdoor pass inside Little, missed it. A little bit of contact from Nichols, but no whistle. Instead, a jump ball as Dixie State will tie it up on the rebound, and it goes back to Regis on the alternate arrow.
That's a great move there by Jacob Nichols, who went up and didn't get the foul. I mean, he contested the shot, didn't get the foul, and solid defense.
Jack Pagenkopf is stealing inbounds pass. He's one-on-one with Cranston Loud. He leaves it for Stain. He'll lay it up and in. If you're the teammate trailing the play a little bit on that with Jack Pagenkopf running the break, you love it because you know you're going to end up with it.
That's right. Frank Stain saying, man, if you would have given that to me just one step forward, I would have brought this house down with a thunder dunk.
46-34, Dixie State by 12. A whistle and a foul will halt play as Virgilino tried to get inside for Regis. And that'll be Hunter Schofield picking up the foul.
That's a good move there by Hunter Schofield. Where he got whistled for the foul, his arm just came down. His feet were in the right place. His hips were good. He was there. He just brought his arms down and got whistled for it.
Regis looking inside, and it is tipped out of bounds and off of Regis. And it'll go back to Dixie State. Good defense by the Trailblazers. They try to force a pass inside. And Dixie State able to tap it off of the Rangers and out of bounds. 46-34. Dixie State by 12, trying to build on it. 16:57 to go in the second. Schofield, shot blocked inside and into the hand of the Rangers. Pass ahead to Dawson, and he'll be fouled by Andre Wilson. And Andre doesn't like the call.
Hopefully it's on the ground. That should be on the ground. Nope.
Pretty good showing by the Dixie State student section, the Stampede tonight. He caught that ball. He looked, saw Andre Wilson, and immediately dipped the shoulder, anticipating the contact, and he got the whistle. First free throw is in for Dawson.
This Regis team won't go away. I mean, they've got fight in them. They've tasted that feeling of beating Dixie State. They know what that's like, and they want it again. They're not going to go away. But if Dixie can just keep that defense, it's all about that pressure defense. And if they can keep applying that and keep them out of their stuff and then just execute on the other end, you know, by the 10-minute mark, hopefully Dixie can get a little more separation.
Dawson makes both free throws. And it's a 46-36 lead. Full court pressure extended here. Ball is loose, nearly stolen by the Rangers. Dixie State eventually able to break the press, and here's Nichols inside. He'll lay it up and in. No, it's a charge, but where were the feet? Was he in the circle? They're not even going to talk about it.
They've got to at least look at it.
That left heel is on the line. I think they're going to look at it because that left heel is on the line. They may review this. I don't know if that's what they're doing or not, but they're talking about it. I don't know if it's a reviewable play.
Well, he sent both teams to their bench.
Yeah.
So they're definitely going to talk about it, but I'm not sure anybody knows what's going on.
And they have come over to the table. They're going to take a look at it.
They're looking at something that happened at half court. They're looking at a different play.
So they're not looking.
They wanted to see something that happened at half court.
Yeah, that's what they're looking at. And it was Frank Stain trailing the play. You got, for lack of a better term, hitting the midsection on his way back up the floor because he's the one that caught the quick pass at half court, and then he fired it to Nichols.
Yeah.
And then he was kind of doubled over in pain before at the end of that play. So that's what they want to look at. As you saw,
definitely a direct hit.
Little, kind of a direct hit right to the midsection of
right below the belt
of Frank Stain. That's what they're looking at. 46-36, Dixie State a 10-point lead at the 16:40 mark. As far as we've been told, the basket will not count. It will still be an offensive foul against Jacob Nichols. And I didn't think that it was
Now they're going to go back.
They're going to back and look at a three-pointer as well
at the 1955.
At the 1955 mark. And so of all the things we thought they were looking at, it was not it. And like I said, and maybe I'm showing the fact that I need to study the rule book a little bit more. You know, of all the times we've had official replay here, they never actually have gone to see if someone was inside the circle or not. It certainly looked, from what we could see on the quick look, you know, I'd love to see that replay. And I'd love to see the look at the offensive foul and maybe a different angle and see if he was in the arc, but that's not even what they looked at.
Called incidental contact. No foul.
Oh, that's a good look at it right there. He's outside of the arc. And we just saw the replay here, and he was outside. He just was outside of the arc. Good look from our CEC TV crew. Incidental contact, by the way. No foul against Christian Little. So back in play we go. Dixie State a 10-point lead, 46-36. Both teams get a free timeout out of the deal. Virgilino for three, right wing, no. And Jack Pagankoff the rebound. He's banged into by Aaron Bocol. And no whistle. Pagankoff fakes a shot. They'll swing it around to Stain in the left corner for three instead, and he splashes it home. And of course Jack knew that Frank was going to be there. He says three's better than two.
That's right.
49-36, Trailblazers by 13, 16:01 remaining. Here's Dawson, swinging it right, Cranston Loud. Now Little, get past left wing three on the way from Dawson, missed it, short. Jack Pagankoff the rebound for the Trailblazers. To Frank Stain. Stain will bounce inside Nichols. Nichols skipping to Schofield, he's open at the left elbow, will drive in, float it, and it rims out. And Virgilino the rebound for the Rangers.
You know, Dixie's getting their stops. They just got to convert on the other end.
Little. Wrap-around pass looking for Virgilino. He gets it to him. Shot blocked from behind by Dason Youngblood. And a whistle and a foul at the 15-17 mark. Fourth foul against Dixie State. No fouls called against Regis. We'll have free throws for Virgilino at the other side of this 60-second timeout. 49-36, Dixie State, a 13-point lead. 60-second timeout and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network. Inside the Burns Arena, Dixie State a 49-36 lead. The Trailblazers shooting 50% for the field for the game, 66% in the second half. Meanwhile, 29% for the game for the Regis Rangers, but just 14% in the second half. And you know, that's one of the tough things about living and dying by that three-point shot. It was a three-point shot that got you back in the game in the first half. Now in the second, they've gone cold, and Dixie State has pushed the lead back to double digits. Virgilino at the line for a pair of free throws out of the timeout, where he's 89% on the season. He gets that one to go.
Pretty skilled big guy. You know, he's got a game where he's inside, outside. He can get it done. He's got a lot of length. Smart guy. He really elevates on that jumper. He can get up and cause some problems for some of these Dixie State big guys.
Makes both free throws. And it's an 11-point Dixie State lead, 49-38. Leighton Parker will check in for the Trailblazers. Frank Stain going to get a breather. 15-17 remaining here in half number two. Full court pressure again from Regis. Youngblood pushes it across the timeline from right to left. Skips to Cameron Chatwin. They leave him open, so he'll fire a three straight away. Missed it. Dixie State will get the rebound. Schofield taps it to Pagenkopf, and the Trailblazers reset. Now on a 15-second shot clock. Game clock at 14:58. Pagenkopf wrapping around inside. Chatwin fouled on his way to the bucket.
Not what you want to see if you're a Dixie State fan right now. Jack Pagenkopf a little limp, and he's comes up hobbling just a little bit. Gives Coach Judkins a thumb up that I'm okay, but catch my breath.
Turned the ankle a little bit after coming down, after passing that ball. And that is kind of like a sucker punch.
Jack's sporting a new pair of shoes for tonight's game.
He's still working on it a little bit. We'll keep an eye on that. He's kind of walking it out a little bit. You know, senior year, play of the year, but it's going to take a lot more than that to keep Jack off the floor.
Yeah. Pretty tender.
Second free throw, no good. Splits the pair. 12-point lead for Dixie State, and the rebound to Regis. 14:45 to go. Little spinning inside, path cut off by Schofield. He'll swing it to the right corner. Dawson, three on the way, short. Jason Youngblood. The rebound, no, he's fouled. Yes, the rebound, and he's held and fouled by Christian Little.
Looks like Regis has been getting into the press. They're really trying to ratchet up the pressure on Dixie State, and man-to-man full court. Right here, Dixie just needs to take care of the ball and be patient.
If you take care of the ball, this kind of plays into your favor because you wanted to push it, wear him down anyway. 50-38, Dixie State settles into the offense with a 12-point advantage. 14:25 to go in half number 2. Pagenkopf with the left elbow. Will lay it up and in with the left hand. 52-38, Dixie State by 14. 9 points for Jack.
Ankle's fine. No, we used to always joke. So some of the best medicine is just throw the guy the ball. You know, at times you have a guy that was limping and sore, and you throw him the ball, and he just goes to work.
Marique looking inside for Virgilino. A whistle rings out, and that'll be against Hunter Schofield, and that's his third. Judkins turns to the bench, and he'll beckon Josh Newble off of the bench, and he'll check in for Schofield. Hunter, with a ton of basketball to play still, picks up his third.
It's a good play on the ball. Probably called that out of his offhand on the back of the Regis player, but it was pretty good defense there by Hunter Schofield.
Cranston Lown caught that ball right under the basket and then dribbled outside. Now here's Virgilino, skip past Gibson, left wing. Back to Cranston Lown, pump fake, loses the dribble, regains, leaves his feet, passes into the left corner. Little spinning and floating with the right hand. Little spin cycle into the paint, and he'll score. 52-40. And a kick on the ensuing inbounds pass. We give the ball back to Dixie State. The full court pressure. Nearly successful on that play.
Well, he did exactly. You don't want to fake high and throw high. He basically faked high and tried to get the bounce pass, and it got kicked. But he's making the right play. It's a smart play there. Just got kicked.
$13:35 to go. Get the shot clock situated. There was a kick, so shouldn't have been a reset back to 30. They'll take 2 seconds off of it. Shot clock is at 28. And Dixie State maintaining the possession. 13:30 remaining. Dixie State, the 12-point lead, 52-40. Parker to Newble. Takes a dribble. And off to Youngblood. Now to Pagenkopf. And he's bumped, and he goes to the ground. Foul against Regis. And it will go against Brian Dawson, his second. Or no, excuse me, Donald Gibson. Gonna pick up the foul. Jack takes the inbound pass, will drive inside, can't hit it. Ball tapped out to Regis. Here's Cranston Lown behind the back dribble, gets away from one defender, passes inside to Christian Little, and he lays it up and in. A good play all around.
Great pass. Great pass.
Great pass and a great finish, and it's a 10-point Dixie State lead. Pagankoff in the left corner to Chatwin. Jack gets it right back left wing. Pagankoff pressured by Gibson. Inside, trying to get it inside to Chatwin. Instead, it's stolen by Gibson, and he'll lay it up and in transition. Lead cut down to 8, and Dixie State wants timeout. 52-44, Dixie State, an 8-point lead. The first thing Coach Judkins going to do is go out and say, hey, look, you know, got to give my guy a chance out there.
Yeah.
52-44, Dixie State, an 8-point lead, and it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take the 1-minute timeout, come back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
52-44, Dixie State an 8-point lead as we welcome you back inside the Burns Arena. 12:38 remaining. And the Trailblazers trying to advance in the RMAC Tournament for the first time. Dixie State fell to Mexico Highlands in the first quarterfinals of last year's RMAC Tournament. So in some ways, the Trailblazers trying to get a monkey off their backs. Get that first RMAC Tournament victory in their last season in the RMAC. And right now an 8-point lead. And Regis fighting back into this thing, 12:35 to go. Full court pressure still. It's been effective, so they'll keep it up. 2 seconds to get the ball over the timeline, and Jack's just gonna get it there. Pagankoff will bounce to Youngblood. Here's Dason. Left elbow, over to Parker. Parker will drive inside, he's bumped. Baseline left. Are they gonna give him the shot attempt? Are they gonna say it came before he could get it in the air? No, they're gonna give him free throws. Parker's at the line.
Regis very scrappy defensively. We've mentioned a few times the broadcast tonight that they're very physical defensively. They're very good with their bodies and bump, and I mean they're aggressive. And you can expect when you play them that you're going to get 40 minutes of just frustration. And when you've got the ball, they're in your face, they're in your grill, and they're making things difficult for you. Rebounding, you look at that again. 27 rebounds for Regis, 29 for Dixie. Dixie doing a much better job the second half controlling the rebounds.
Both free throws up and in for Leighton Parker, and it's a 10-point game again. 54-44, 12-10 remaining. Regis with possession. Virgilino left wing, skipping it right. Eberikwe. Eberikwe to the right side, and Dawson. Dawson will leave it inside Eberikwe. Layup of the bucket, rimmed out. In traffic, Dixie State pulls down the rebound. Youngblood, left corner to Parker. Parker passes up a layup instead. Leaves it with a cutting Hunter Schofield, and he'll lay it up and in. Give up a good shot for a better shot. Dixie State lead is at 12. 56-44, 11:35 to go. Virgilino passing inside Dawson. He'll lay it up and in, but an offensive foul first. And Coach Bergeson is insistent that Hunter Schofield was inside the arc. They are now. They're going to change it. And that's going to take us to the media timeout. And the Dixie State coach is infuriated because they didn't really talk much. Well, he's on the line. They didn't talk much about the one they wanted him to look at it on this end. That'll take us to the media. 56-44, Dixie State by 12. 11:21 to go. 60-second timeout and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
0.52 kilograms.
This graph is square.
Pretty close.
Artemisia is all the sage brushes, but there's your needle and thread. Which one is this?
Come down. Carbonate, right? Sodium carbonate.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. Dixie State, a 10-point lead. A lot of stuff going on during the timeout. Again, they did not look to see if he was in the restricted area or not. He was, but they did. After all of that, they couldn't remember if the ball went in the basket. So they came over and looked at that and said, yes, it did. So the basket counts, and a free throw coming for Dawson. And Dawson is 86% free throw shooter on the season.
You know, Dixie kind of gone cold from downtown. Their three-pointers only one for the last four. While Regis, I mean, right now they're 4 for 5. Really shooting the ball well.
Dawson, free throw up and in. 56-47, Dixie State leads by 9. Inbound pass to Stain, pass ahead to Parker, makes the catch. Looked like a receiver in the back of the end zone. Made the catch and got the feet down, and then the dribble. So Blazers will settle into the half-court offense. Nichols. And off to Youngblood. To the left side and Chatwin. And Chatwin loses it, knocked out of his hands by Brian Dawson. Trailblazers are maintaining the possession, 11 to shoot. 11:02 on the game clock.
Big possession here for Dixie. You know, they've 11 seconds on the shot clock. They've got to have a good possession. It's been a while since they've had a real solid offensive possession.
Chatwin backing in on Virgilino. His shot is blocked, and Virgilino pulls it down. Pass ahead to Dawson. Dawson will pull up for 3, right wing. It's in. 6-point game, 56-50. 10:41 remaining. Parker will drive inside. Fowler traveled first. And it goes back to the Rangers.
Again, we look at this midway through the half. Dixie seems to hit this lull, and it's just hard. You know, and it's been tough because they were in such a good rhythm, and they were running, and things were going good, and then the clock just had issues with, you know, stoppage of play and reviewing and looking. It really just slowed the momentum down, and it's been hard for Dixie to get that momentum back.
Time to dig in. Backdoor pass inside, and a layup is good for Christian Little. And it's a 4-point game. 8-0 run for the Rangers. Just enough to keep you on the edge of your seat. Stain will bounce inside Chatwin. Chatwin at the bucket. No, missed the layup in traffic. And Regis the rebound. Can cut it to 1 with a 3-point shot here. Little inside, traveled. Try to go into the spin cycle again and started the washer before he put the laundry detergent in that time. Traveling violation.
Dixie's still not having a real good possession. We're waiting for that offensive set where they get a good bucket. They're last 2 minutes, they haven't scored a field goal.
And a whistle and a foul on the inbounds pass. And that's going to go against Dawson. And Dawson asking for an explanation.
27 points for Dawson. We got 10 minutes to go. He's playing a great game. 4 for 10 from downtown. He's just a solid player.
And for Dawson, it's a season high, probably a career high. Hasn't gone over 18 points all season, make that 19 points. 4-point Dixie State lead, 56-52. Trailblazers need a bucket. Staying at the rim, his shot is blocked by Virgilino. And Virgilino's 5th block of the night.
He's crafty. He's sneaky good.
Regis the other way. Here's Dawson. To the right side and Gibson. Gibson to Dawson. Dawson drives inside, kicks it back to the right. Pump fake Gibson. Pagenkopf flies off his feet, and then Gibson hits a 3. 1-point Dixie State lead, 56-55. The 8th 3-point make of the night for the Rangers.
So important for Dixie not to panic right here. They're still okay. 8 minutes to go. They've lost.
And Pagenkopf travels. And Dixie State wants a timeout. 8:56 remaining. Dixie State a 1-point lead, 56-55. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Let's keep it. 30-second timeout and back, or let's take it. 30-second timeout and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear. Because for 75 years, he's only said,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
$8:56 remaining. Dixie State a 1-point lead. It's an 11-0 run for the Rangers. And it's March. It's tourney time. You knew Regis would not go away. And a blocking foul against Cameron Chatwin. And the Dixie State coach is saying, we just want the same thing on our end. Jack Pagenkopf has no room to breathe. The Dixie State coach is saying, listen, that's the same play. You're going to call that one, you got to call it on the other end. Little, front end of the 1-and-1, he gets it, and we're tied at 56.
That lead went quick, didn't it?
It's worth noting, Regis has not led since 4-3 at the 16:52 mark of the first half. The free throw missed, and Chatwin grabs the rebound, and he's fouled. And Dawson better be careful the way he's reacting. He's arguing every call. And that'll be his 4th, I believe. I know they got Eberique on the foul. His 2nd.
Dixie's got to handle this pressure. Regis has been that full court press the whole half and not handled it well.
Jack to Andre, left corner, 3, bingo! Trailblazers by 3, 59-56, 8:35 remaining.
They needed that one.
And the student section has come to life. Here's Gibson. Eberique looking inside, and a foul against Jack Pagenkopf. And that'll be his 3rd. 1-and-1 for Christian Little.
Jackson's got to be smart right there. He knows he's probably going to be okay in the post. He made the play on the ball, but, you know, right there, Little's not real good. He's not a lot of experience with his back to the basket that in the post, so let him catch it and see what he can do with it. You'll get some help. You've got guys like Hunter Schofield and Jacob Nichols that can help you. Don't risk getting that foul at that point in the game. Too valuable. We need you in the game. He's just got to make a better decision there defensively.
Little makes the first free throw.
But you love how he competes, though, right? I mean, he's just constantly trying to get the ball, trying to make a play.
And the second 1-point game, 59-58. Trailblazers by 1. There'll be a lot of people scoreboard watching on this game saying, let's see how this thing turns out. Trailblazers, the overall 1 seed, pass inside to Nichols. His shot is blocked. Schofield comes down with it, and he is fouled.
There's a lot of contact on the off arm. The block may have been okay on Jacob Nichols, but it's that off arm that knocked him off balance. Strong take right to the rim. I mean, you love Jacob Nichols going right at the rim trying to make a play.
59-58, under 8 media timeout, 60-second timeout, and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
I got you right where I want you. I make this one. It's over. I win.
No pressure. Bring it.
We may not always play good, but when we want to look good, we come to the Dixie State campus store.
Located on the 2nd floor of the Gardner Center. We'll see you there.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Si los amas como para reaprender ecuaciones, para poder enseñárselas, entonces los amas como para visitar en htsa.gov/protegidos y comprobar que van correctamente abrochados en el asiento trasero del auto.
7:59. Arena 59-58. Dixie State a 1-point lead and a 14-3 run for the Regis Rangers. If you tuned in about 5 minutes ago and then went and got a bite to eat, and Dixie State was up by 13, and then you just came back and you're going, what's going on? Well, a 14-3 run for the Rangers. Dixie State has struggled to get a field goal to go down, just 1 out of their last 4. Hunter Schofield is at the free throw line, but he's not been great over the second half of the season from the stripe. First one is up and in. That was called a reverse.
That's it.
Broadcaster's jinx. He makes the first. He's a 67% free throw shooter on the season. I mean, he's got the touch. He can step up there and make them. As he makes, the second one rimmed out. I got overconfident. 60-58. Dixie State by 2. 7:53 to go. Cranston Lown left side for Regis. Skipping it right to Gibson. Gibson, step back, he saved it. Somehow ball didn't go out of bounds. Looked like as he tried to cross over, he lost it and went out of bounds, but he saves it in. The Rangers live on. Cranston Lown, left wing. Turn around, fadeaway jumper, no. Jack Pagenkoff grabs the rebound and quickly pushes it across the timeline. Bodies fall at half court on the way up, but Dixie State continues to push inside to Schofield, and he lays it up and in. 4-point Dixie State lead, 62-58.
Andre sold that one with his eyes. He looked the defender one way and dumped it right into Hunter Schofield. Great pass there by Andre Wilson.
Little inside, his layup is up and in. Jack Pagenkoff kind of had to let him go, couldn't afford to pick up foul number 4, and it's a 2-point game, 62-60. Trailblazers on top, 6:58 remaining. Stain holding on the right wing. Top of the key, Nichols. To the left side, and Wilson. Andre leans, scores! 64-60. Gets it to go in traffic. Trailblazers by 4, 6:38 remaining, and Wilson with 7 points on the night.
Huge defensive possession here for Dixie State.
Virgilino to Little. Right wing, double team, stops the dribble, skip past left side. Cranston Lown wide open for 3. No. And Jack Pagenkoff goes up and gets the rebound. Jack quickly to Andre Wilson, right wing. He'll swing it to Schofield. Holding left side. Time in possession here. 4-point lead. No reason to hurry it. Pagenkoff for 3. Bang! It's up and in. And that's one of those, if it's good, you love the shot. If not, you're not sure you agree with it. Coach Judkins put his hands on his head immediately after that three was taken. And then he went, okay, okay,
works.
We'll take it. And that leads to a timeout by Regis. I kid you not, the second that he started stepping back into that motion, Coach Judkins' hands went to his head. Okay, thumbs up. Good job. 7-point lead for Dixie State, 67-60. And when Jack Pagenkopf gets that look in his eyes, you just roll with it because it's the eye of the tiger, whatever you want to call it. You just take it. We'll keep it right here through the timeout. Trailblazers lead by 7, trying to survive and advance in March, and that is the theme once you get into tourney time. And if the Trailblazers can do so, they will host the remaining rounds on Friday and on Saturday. But 5 minutes and 51 seconds of basketball that we played here. If you're Coach Judkins, what are you saying inside that huddle right now with a 7-point lead and 5:51 to go?
Take care of the ball and get stops. If you can get stops, you'll be just fine, but it's all on the defensive end. He's probably not worried about, what are we going to do offensively? The offense will take care of itself, but they have to get stops. They are 3 stops away from putting an end to this game.
Sounds so simple. Take care of the ball and get stops.
Just get stops.
We'll see how well that translates out onto the floor. Back in play we go. Eberikwe for Regis. To the right side, Dawson fires a quick 3, missed it, and it goes over the top of the backboard and out of bounds, and Dixie State will have it back. 67-60, Trailblazers by 7, 5:40 remaining. The full court pressure will be on. Jack will catch it, and he's able to avoid the trap, gets it across the timeline with 5 seconds to spare. He gives over to Frank Stain. It's knocked out of his hands and stolen away by Little, and he calls a timeout. 67-60. Regis with 2 timeouts left now, just 1. And a 7-point game. Got to take care of the ball. Little's able to reach out, take it away. Gets it, calls timeout immediately. It's a heady play by the senior guard. A senior on freshman there.
When you turn and you open up that way to the basket, that reverse pivot and you face up, you've got to drop the ball down below your knees or above your shoulders. You can't bring it right where your front of your chest is. That's right where the defender's hands are, and that's easy to wrap up. It's easy to knock it loose. Frank Stain just had that little bit of a mental lapse. He'll get it back. Don't worry about him at all. But that turnover right there, they've got to break it. They've got to forget about it and get back defensively and get a stop.
5:28 to go.
Because Regis is going to shoot a 3 here. Yep. I mean, they're looking for a 3. They're not going to be execute, try to get a layup. I mean, they're looking for the 3 ball.
Here's Little. Virgilino back to Little. Unless you want to go a little spin cycle into the lane. Virgilino, Eberikwe right elbow. Harassed by Jacob Nichols and a tip off, nearly a steal. Instead, they'll get it to Virgilino. 5 to shoot. 3 on the shot clock, down to 2. Fadeaway jumper for Virgilino, and it rolls around and falls through. I mean, what else do you do?
That's a tough one.
67-62, Dixie State by 5, 4:45 remaining. Here's Pagenkopf. He'll hold on to the ball. He's holding out his right hip. Now jumps into action, dribbling to the left. At the left wing. Picked up by Dawson. Stops the dribble, gives to Nichols. Jacob driving inside, kicks right corner, Wilson. Wilson steps into a 3 with a hand in his face. It's short. And Virgilino the rebound.
He needed that bucket, but he needed to stop even more.
4:10 remaining. 67-62. Dixie State by 5. Can the Trailblazers hold on? Here's Dawson splitting 2 defenders. And a blocking foul will be the 9th foul of the half and the 4th foul of the night against Jack Pagenkopf.
Well,
4:02 remaining.
4:02, Jack just picked up his 4th. You got to get him out right now. Let him rest during this media timeout. But then again, you need a bucket. I mean, I guarantee you Coach Judkins is battling that in his head right now. Do I keep him in trying to get a bucket? Or do I take him out and hope that he doesn't pick up a foul here?
Free throw is up and in for Dawson.
give Jack credit there. You know, he wasn't going to give up a 3. You know, Dawson's 4 for 11 from downtown, so I mean he was playing the shot and he just caught him off balance a little bit and beat him on the drive.
Missed the second free throw, still a 4-point game. Jacob Nichols the rebound. Stain. Handing off to Wilson. 3-point land straight away now Schofield. And off Jack Pagenkopf, 3:45 to go. Got to be careful if you're Jack. He'll thread the needle inside to Schofield, and he loses it out of bounds. Hunter asking for a hold, not going to get it. 67-63, 4-point Dixie State lead, 3:42 to go. Take a 1-minute timeout, come back with a conclusion on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision. Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent.
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena, 3:42 to go. Dixie State a 67-63 lead. But Regis, after the turnover, will have the ball back. And we kept saying, take care of the basketball and get stops. And so far, since that timeout, we said that they've not been able to do so.
No, they haven't. They've had some of these unforced turnovers. That last one, you know, Jack Pagenkopf made a good move. He did the right thing, found his guy right underneath the basket. Hunter Schofield couldn't hold on to it and lost the ball out of bounds. It gives Regis a chance now, you know, down 4. You know, they can cut this to a 1-possession game with 3:38 to go.
Here's Regis. Virgilino bouncing to Dawson. Eberikwe back to Dawson. Fadeaway 3, left wing, short. Jacob Nichols will chase down the long rebound.
Whew, that was close. That ball was right on the money. Just a little bit short.
Trailblazers settle into the half-court offense with 3:13 to go. Pagenkopf has it stripped out of his hands. He's fouled. And that will send Jack Pagenkopf to the line for 1-and-1.
That's big free throws here for Jack Pagenkopf. Up 4, 3 minutes to go. Coach Judkins making the decision to leave his leading scorer and leader in the game here, hoping to keep some offense, but he's also going to look to Andre Wilson. Andre Wilson's the guy on the floor right now that you're going to see some sets run to him. He sparked him. He helped get him that lead. You'll see that combination between Jack and Andre the last 3 minutes.
Pagenkopf will make the front end. He's got one more. 5-point Dixie State lead. Second free throw is up and in. 6-point lead for the Trailblazers, 69-63. 3:08 to go. Leighton Parker will check in for Frank Stain. Trailblazers trying to hang on. Little fouled by Andre Wilson on the floor, but it's still going to result in 2 free throws, as that's team foul number 10 and the 4th foul against Andre Wilson.
I'm just not seeing that. I mean, that contact has been happening the entire game, you know, on both sides. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, he's just got his hands right there. That's going on the entire game. You could call that every time if you wanted to. I don't know where they're picking and choosing which ones to call and who to call them on, but it just seems to me like that's been inconsistent from both sides. I mean, Jack Pagenkopf, he does the same thing defensively and he gets away with it. You know, at times.
And a bit of comparison, Pagenkopf and Wilson both with 4 fouls. Brian Dawson has 4. Christian Little has 3.
Yeah.
as Little will split the pair of free throws, but Virgilino gets the offensive rebound, and he's fouled on the putback. So 2 more free throws coming for Regis. And this time it's Nichols on the foul. That'll be his second. And Virgilino, an excellent free throw shooter, going to the line for free throws. While he's shooting, let's give you some updates. Number 5, UCCS, trailing at number 4, Colorado Mesa, 38-42. 42-38 for Mesa. Virgilino makes the first free throw. 16-15 to go in the second. Number 3, Colorado School of Mines, a 44-40 lead over number 6, New Mexico Highlands. 15-19 to go in the second. And how about this? Number 7, South Dakota Mines. Virgilino makes both free throws. South Dakota Mines, a 47-39 lead over number 2, Black Hills State. 14-26 to go in the second. Both free throws are good for Virgilino. It's a 3-point game again. Wilson will bounce inside Schofield, and he's hacked across the arms, and a couple of free throws coming after the foul against Virgilino.
It's a hard foul. Virgilino picking up his second sends Hunter Schofield to the line for 2 huge free throws.
Hard foul and a smart foul for
Very
Virgilino.
smart.
I mean, Hunter Schofield will make that layup in his sleep. Now he's got to earn it from the free throw line, and he gets the first one to go. Short off the front iron, and it rolls in. Schofield with 18 to lead Dixie State. Pagenkopf has 14, Frank Stain with 13. Second free throw is good for Hunter Schofield. Huge free throws. 71-66, Dixie State by 5, 2:48 remaining. And Andre Wilson, a steal, pass ahead to Pagenkopf. And Jack will give to Frank Stain. Stain back to Pagenkopf. Bouncing inside, Hunter Schofield fouled at the bucket with free throws coming for Hunter.
Great passing there. You look at that play again. I mean, first of all, great defensive stop right here. The guys reaching in, loose ball, 50-50 ball. Andre Wilson gets it, but just great passing right here. I mean, you see the ball move. Awesome possession there by Dixie State, offensively and defensively.
And Schofield will get this free throw to go. And now he's got 20. And he makes both here. Good for Hunter. 21 points for Schofield and a 7-point Dixie State lead. 73-66. Coach Judkins calling for chance of defense, calling for noise. Little driving inside on Schofield, and he'll lay it up and in. 73-68. 5-point Dixie State lead, 2:15 to go. Far from over. Stain. Handing off to Pagenkopf. Jack, right wing. Gives to Hunter. Schofield pushed over by Gibson, and he'll go right back to the free throw line for 2 more.
You know, it's a free throws. You know, it's really going to come down to Dixie's ability to either extend their lead or make it interesting, and it's going to all happen from the free throw line. They're doing a better job handling the pressure and not turning the ball over. They're using some clock. They're doing exactly what they should do offensively. They just need to step up and convert from the free throw line.
First free throw up and in for Hunter Schofield. And he's found a groove at the charity stripe.
That's 22 points for Hunter. Solid game.
Schofield misses that one. As soon as I acknowledged it. I gotta stop doing that. 74-68, Trailblazers by 6. 1:50 to go. Everikwe to Dawson, stripped out of his hands, and Dixie State, now ball's loose. Wilson's got it, asking for timeout, and he'll get it. And Coach Judkins loves it. Anytime you dive on a floor for Coach Judkins, he's gonna love it. I gotta see that again. We see the steal, ball is loose, Andre Wilson getting dirty, getting on the floor, calling for timeout, and somebody in the truck, please tell me that you got Coach Judkins' reaction after the play, because that's our play of the game tonight.
Definitely.
If you've got it, we gotta see it. We're gonna take a 30-second timeout. 74-68, Dixie State, 6-point lead, 1:40 to go. 30-second timeout, and back on the Trailblazer Basketball Network. No, I don't actually. No, I'm not busy right now. Yeah, I can talk. I can talk.
We may not always play good, but when we want to look good, we come to the Dixie State campus store.
Located on the second floor of the Gardner Center. We'll see you there.
Welcome back inside the Burns Arena. 1:40 remaining. Dixie State, a 6-point lead. 74-68.
Big possession there. Watching that replay, Jack Gamble, he went in for the ball. He could have easily been whistled for that call, but he went after the ball. He's the one that tipped it and got that loose ball and gave his team a chance here to extend this lead.
Trailblazers will have it. Wilson splits 2 defenders, and he's fouled by Eberikwe. And Eberikwe's not happy.
Yep.
And a technical foul going to go against Regis. And another technical foul. We got technical fouls against Brian Dawson and Kevin Eberikwe. Now it's Gibson that's been assessed with the technical foul. And it's kind of funny. It looked like they're going to come over and deliver word to the official score, and I'm sure we'll hear something as well. It looked like teammates were trying to keep Eberikwe away, couldn't get him away in time. He got nailed with a tee. And the official clearly heard something that Eberikwe said. He gets hit with a technical, and then I don't know what Gibson did. And the first technical, they was correct. The first technical was against Brian Dawson. I was right.
Yep.
Just stick with my gut.
Stay with it. I mean, we're sitting close enough that we occasionally hear things.
Yeah.
Good call. That's his 5th foul.
Oh, and that will be 5 on Dawson.
Dawson fouls out.
2 technical fouls, and that is the word. That technical will result in Brian Dawson's 5th foul. So we should have 4 free throws here, right?
Yeah. Yep. And you hate to see Dawson leave the game that way. 28 points, 9 of 17, 4 rebounds. Great game by Dawson. I thought he brought it tonight. He really came to play, and he's a solid player. You hate to see his night end that way.
Andre Wilson makes the first 2.
Well, it's lonely out there when you have to shoot 4 free throws with nobody in the lane. It's all you and 4 free throws.
Makes the first 3. And he makes all 4. And then we're going to have the common foul free throws. And it was Wilson that was fouled there too. Wow, what a swing. This could be a 6-point possession.
Wilson, before he got fouled, he had 5 points. Easily into double digits.
He makes that one. And that'll put him to 12 points. I think he had 7 at the time of the foul. He makes all 6.
Keep him going. See how many he can make in a row.
Yeah, and it's a 12-point Dixie State lead, 80-68. Now he nearly gets a steal on the other end. Virgilino to the left side and Eberikwe. And a whistle and a foul going to go against Wilson. And that will send Christian Little to the free throw line. And that'll be Andre's 5th foul. Leighton Parker will check in. 2 free throws coming. For Christian Little.
Good game there by Andre. I thought he finished very strong. He was the spark when they needed it. He went on a little run on his own. It was solid. I thought him coming in late in the second half, he was the difference in that game.
Little splits the pair of free throws, and it's an 11-point lead for Dixie State, 80-69. Here's Pagankoff. To the right side, stripped out of his hands and stolen away by Cranston Loud. Pass ahead to Little, and he's fouled by Jacob Nichols, and 2 more free throws coming for Christian Little.
Dixie's 20th foul for the game, 21 fouls called on Regis. We've had a lot of free throws, a lot of fouls. Dixie shooting 20, 24 from the free throw line, Regis 17 of 23.
First free throw up and in for Little. He'll have 1 more. Little with 19 points. Second one, up and in. 9-point Dixie State lead, 80-71. 1:06 remaining. Stain will push it across the timeline left side. Little bump, no whistle. Gives to Parker now. 55 seconds to play. And a whistle and a foul. We'll go against Will Cranston Loud. Free throws coming.
That was a great finish there for Dixie. 80-71, going to the free throw line. You like their chances in this one. They just did a great job. That last 4-minute battle was the most important one of the game. Dixie did a good job of handling that pressure, handling that press, and just being solid offensively. Not making big plays. I mean, it wasn't their best night offensively, but they made the plays when they needed to.
Parker will make the first free throw. And the second. Update from Grand Junction. Number 5, UCCS leading number 4, Colorado Mesa. 52-51 with 8:55 to play. Little backing his way into the paint, turns, floats to the right, missed it. Pagankoff the rebound. And Jack got to get it across the timeline, does so. 32 seconds remaining, Dixie State an 82-71 lead. Shot clock is at 15. Gives to Schofield. Schofield will drive inside, and he's hand-checked out of bounds by Donald Gibson.
At this point, it's a game of keep away and free throws.
Yep. And that's 5 on Gibson.
Good for Hunter Schofield tonight for free throw line. 6 for 9, not bad. Now he's got a chance to.
5 out of 6 in one stretch. And in a critical stretch, in a critical junction of this game, he makes that one. He's got 23. At Dixie State as a team, 23 of 27 now from the free throw line. And that's what it takes to win during tournament time.
Yep.
Makes both free throws. It's a 13-point lead, 84-71. Coach Judkins calls out no fouls. Shot clock is off. Little. Cross-court pass for Chelino. Guarded by Nichols. Skip pass left side. Christian Little. Step back 3 on the way. Missed everything. And the rebound to Frank Stain. Down to 2, down to 1. And that will do it. Trailblazers win. 84-71. Headed to the semifinals. With that first RMAC tournament victory. Get the monkey off the back. And Dixie State, as the overall 1 seed, will host the semifinals and the finals. Boy, that feels good.
Woo.
Dixie State knows that they will not have to travel the remainder of the conference tournament.
70 degrees, great weather, own beds, Burns Arena.
No more of this RMAC weather.
Yeah,
Goodness gracious.
gonna be
Trailblazers victorious 84-71. Let's take a look at some second half highlights. Take a look at how they got it done in half number 2. Pagenkopf stepped in. It was a deep 2 to start things off. Frank Stain was big in this game as well. He goes 13 and 4 tonight. Gets a bucket there. Jack Pagenkopf with a steal, finding Stain in transition. He lays it up and in. Jack Pagenkopf, the lefty layup. Got it to go. Hunter Schofield lays it up and in. We'll turn our crowd mic off. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Turn our crowd mic off. Andre Wilson knocking in the free throw, or the three-pointer from the left corner. The free throws didn't come until later. Andre absorbing a bump, scoring in the lane. Jack Pagenkopf, step back 3, knocks it in, right wing. And the Trailblazers win it 84-71. And if let's name a player of the game. It's an RMAC event, so we don't have any sponsors on it. But name a player of the game tonight. I mean, if you had to go for Regis, I think you'd go with Brian Dawson, 28 points for him. 20 points for Christian Littleman for Dixie State. Hunter Schofield tonight, Mike, 24 points, 8 of 16 from the field, 8 of 11 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks. Pagenkopf goes 14, 7, and 5, but tonight my vote's with Hunter Schofield.
Yeah. Right there, I think Andre Wilson.
Andre
I
comes
could talk
in late.
about him all night, what he brought to this game. I'm sure Coach Junkins will mention as well, but he's just such a good spark. But Hunter Schofield was a difference. I mean, he really stepped up tonight and carried this team when they needed him. He got it done from the free throw line. He was such a great presence inside, and just what he was able to do against Versalino defensively definitely warrants a solid look for player of the game.
Trailblazers win it 84-71. We'll go with Hunter Schofield as our play of the game, but we got to go with this. Andre did start tonight, so I was going to say we'll go with our sub of the game, but Andre started tonight, got the start with Dason Youngblood a little banged up, and good for him, good for the senior Andre Wilson. He's awesome. Huge. He gets the. He's a big part of it. Frank Stain, the freshman, everybody's contributing right now. Josh Newbold only ended up playing 7 minutes tonight, but he ends up with 7 points, 3 rebounds, perfect from the field, a steal. I mean, you just love that when your number's called, you're there to step up and to make it happen. So there you go. Player of the game tonight, Hunter Schofield, but we got to give a shout out. The entire team, really, everybody contributed tonight to get the win. Trailblazers will be back inside the Burns Arena on Friday night. I don't have an exact time on those games. By the end of this broadcast, we will have an exact time. The original bracket just said TBA. I want to say it could be 5 and 7, but that could be 5:30 and 7:30 as well. So stay tuned here. We are going to let our TV audience, we're going to bid you farewell. Appreciate CEC TV and all they do, and they'll be hanging out with us all throughout the weekend, even the non-Dixie State games as well in the semifinals and the finals. So Trailblazers win it 84-71. Appreciate CEC TV for getting us a great look on the TV and the internet side. For radio, let's step away, a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back, give you some final numbers, and we'll chat with the coach, head coach John Judkins, get his thoughts on this game. Dixie State moving on. Trailblazers win it 84-71 into the semifinals, and they were the first game, so all the other games are still in progress. Maybe by the end of this post-game show, we'll be able to tell you who Dixie State will play. Thanks for watching on the TV side. Radio, let's take a 3-minute timeout. Come back on the post-game report.